Hey guys, my name is Katina and I'm the creator of Live Life Learn. I created this channel because I am on a debt-free journey and I wanted to share my experience with you guys. I am now, let's see here, 11 months into my journey. June will be a full year. The end of June will be a full year. And I started this channel last year in June just to document my debt-free journey and to hold myself accountable because I did not have an accountability partner. So if this is something that you're interested in, if you're interested in debt-free journeys, how to start one, the experience of a debt-free journey from someone else's perspective, and this is something that you might want to try pretty soon, well, this is the place to be. So thank you guys for joining me today. I am here ready to talk to you guys this morning. It's early morning where I am at. I am here to talk to you guys about my latest topic. It's been a little bit. I think the last video I posted was April 23rd. It wasn't too far away, but we're now into May. So happy May to everybody. And happy May birthdays to you guys that are celebrating May birthdays. So I just want to bring you guys this topic that has really been sticking with me here, just sticking to me lately, actually. It's something that I've really been focusing on and thinking about. And I thought it would be an appropriate topic for my channel since I'm on a debt-free journey or whatever kind of journey that you're on. I think that this is a great topic. And I think this is an issue that for those who are on journeys, whether it be debt-free, weight loss, or just simply trying to get your life together journey, I think this is an issue that everybody kind of has to deal with or come across or are faced with. So I'm looking at my notes, of course, because I don't want to leave anything out. And I had so much on my mind about this topic that I just had, I had to write it down. And so that's what I did today. Okay, well, actually, I wrote it down last night, but I wanted to get everything down correctly because I didn't want to forget these topics. So what I'm going to chat with you guys about today is motivation or discipline, okay? Motivation or discipline. How I stay engaged on my debt-free journey. And I have 4 tips that will help you guys stay the course. And I really hope that these 4 tips will be helpful to you because they have been helpful to me and they are still helpful to me at this moment. So let me just break this down a little bit. You know, when I started, this is not my first go around with a debt-free journey, first of all. I really can't call my first go around actual journey. It was an experiment. So I think maybe about 5 years ago, you guys, I decided that I was going to start to try to plow my way out of debt. This is about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But it really wasn't a solidified journey. It wasn't what I am actually experiencing right now. I didn't write anything down. I didn't have any goals set. I didn't have anything. I just said to myself that I want to pay off my credit card's debt. But I didn't really have a full commitment to it, right? So as a result, I decided to proceed with the process with no plan in mind about 5 years ago of trying to pay down my debt. But what I noticed is that although I was excited about it initially, I noticed that the motivation that I had about 5 years ago to pay down my debt had began to fleet. It began to wane. It started to kind of disappear. And so as a result of that, I was no longer engaged in that process of trying to pay off my debt. I wasn't serious about it. I'm going to say maybe I got 2 months into the process without a plan, and it just disappeared. My motivation to get out of debt just faded away. And so fast forward now to fast forward to 2021 when I made the decision and had the plan in place and the commitment 100%, I decided to take a different route. And I really decided to contemplate a little bit more on what is it that I was looking for in this process? What is it that I wanted to gain? What successes that I wanted to make? What is it that I was trying to achieve and wanted to feel like in the process of getting out of debt? So I became more serious about it. I created an actual written down plan and I had my mind set and fixed on the process. So again, in 2021, I was motivated, but here's the caveat. I became disciplined in the process. I knew that I would have to form some sort of discipline in this process as I began to really seriously tackle the subject of paying off my credit card debt and getting out of debt, period. Okay. So I was like going back and forth between being motivated, and which I was, which is a good thing. And I'm gonna break all this down for y'all. I was motivated, okay, and I became disciplined. So I didn't know which one outweigh the other, right? I was like, is it motivation that I needed to really push through this process this time for real though? Or is it discipline that I needed to push to kind of like proceed through the process? Because I really never kind of like taken on discipline in a serious way. Okay. I would say talk about being disciplined, but really had not embraced the whole concept and the whole feeling of, and the work. Okay. The work of being disciplined. So I was torn between what is it for me? What's driving me in this process this time around? What's different? Is it motivation or is it discipline? Okay. What is the difference? And what will eventually get you where you need to go when you're trying to achieve a goal? Is it both motivation and discipline, or is it one or the other? So let me break it down a little bit further to you. Okay. So I need to see, hold on a minute. So let me get into the whole definition of motivation and discipline. So let me explain motivation. Motivation is it's described as a noun. Okay. It's a noun. And motivation is the willingness or the desire of something you want to do. Okay. Motivation is inspiring and it's exciting. However, motivation comes and goes. Okay. It's up and it's down. And eventually motivation fades away. Okay. From you both mentally and emotionally. And in essence, motivation is just simply short term, right? So I can say for myself, I can speak for myself and nobody else. I can relate to the definition of motivation, right? I really dived into the definition of motivation and what that really means, right? Because I really wanted to define it in its proper context. So I can agree with the definition of motivation, how you have this willingness. For me, I had this willingness about 5 years ago to want to get out of debt. I really had the desire to want to get out of debt, but I had no plan, okay, back then. It was inspiring for me. I was excited about it. I started the process. I paid off some of my credit cards, but I was using them again. And I realized that my motivation was like up and down, and I really didn't know what that was, right? I didn't know why it was here, why I was there, why I was down, why I was up, why I was just like not interested after a little bit. But I did notice that it was just simply fluctuating. Like 1 minute I was inspired, and then about a couple of weeks later, I was like, I'm over this shit. I don't want to do it no more. And I was done with it. And so I can understand how motivation can be exciting and inspiring initially, but and how it can come and go and how it fades from you both mentally and emotionally. And it is a short-term experiment. Actually, motivation is like really a short-term feeling, I should say. It's a short-term feeling and experience, and it can definitely fade quickly, or either it can fade over time. So I also decided to look into the definition of discipline and how that could affect my journey. So discipline is a verb. It's described as a verb, whereas motivation is a noun. And y'all know that verbs are action words, right? Y'all know that verbs are action words, or nouns are person, place, or things, all right? That is a noun, from what I've gathered from learning in school. All right. So we know that discipline requires some sort of action because it is an action word. And discipline is something you do and commit to 100%. Discipline helps you push through when motivation is fleeting. So discipline is what you need to push through when your motivation is fading away. Discipline requires you to take action, and it forces you to break bad habits. that you've grown accustomed to, which can make you uncomfortable, right? So discipline also provides space and opportunity for you to adjust to good and workable habits, and it will also help you achieve your goals. So with the whole concept and feeling or work of discipline, I should say, it can definitely make you feel uncomfortable because you're so accustomed to maybe perhaps the way you've been doing things, and as it relates to your finances, you get accustomed to that, or you just kind of get, used to the process of how you work your money or whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life. And for me, that's how it was. I got accustomed to not budgeting for many, many years, didn't take it seriously, got accustomed to just simply getting paid and just spending my money with no plan in place. So I realized now, like when I started my journey last year, that I really needed to be disciplined. I really needed to subject myself to a way of a disciplinary lifestyle, right? And it wasn't easy because it made me uncomfortable, and being disciplined actually forced me to break some of my bad habits. Now, I have not broken all of my little bad habits, but I can say that I have broken some of my habits, right? I've broken some of my bad habits, and I have started to embrace some new habits that are conducive to the way that I'm trying to live my life today. So also discipline, as I had stated, it provides a space to you to adjust. So discipline gives you time to adjust to good workable habits so that you can achieve your goals. So you do need to have discipline in your life when you're trying to achieve something. So I don't know if y'all have ever wondered why you have not been successful. I know I always think about this, like, girl, why haven't you been able to do this? Why haven't you been able to complete this? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is the tea? Why haven't you been able to complete this particular task? Or why haven't you been able to embrace this particular matter? You're motivated. You said that you wanted to do it. You have this plan in place, and then you just like fall off. And it's because discipline had not played a major factor in the process of my desires to want to, in this case, get out of debt. But I'm in a different place now, right? I'm so excited that I'm in a different place because I'm realizing that discipline has taken shape in my life, and it's really has brought about a good change in me and has produced really good habits, although I still got some bad ones that I need to deal with, okay? So just to kind of give you guys a quick example of motivation and then a quick example of discipline. So I was thinking about what would be a good example of what motivation is, right? And what that looked like in real life, okay? Because you can define it, you can provide the definitions, but I'm the kind of person I need an example, okay? So motivation is like you're going to the store, right? And this is me all the way. You go into the store, I'm on my way to the store to purchase a new eye-catching journal and a really nice pen because I decided that I wanted to start journaling on a daily basis. Okay, so I go out, I get the pen, I get the nice journal, I'm at the Walmart or the Target or whatever, and I find something that's really cute and eye-catching. Or perhaps I decide that I want that in the month of May that I'm going to begin like a daily morning yoga routine. So I go to Target or whoever and I buy a really cute coordinated yoga outfit, okay, because I want to be cute while I'm doing my yoga. And I buy the yoga block, I buy the mat, and I'm feeling good, I'm feeling inspired and stuff, and I'm ready to go. Okay. So I am so ready to do yoga, or I'm ready to journal. I'm just ready to do the damn thing. I'm excited about it, right? And so I start my new journey, and then about a few weeks into the journey, or maybe a few months, I begin to notice that, shit, I ain't excited about this no more. Okay, I started with doing it Monday through Friday or just every single day, but then I realized that, okay, it's Monday. I'm not going to journal. I'm not going to do yoga. I don't want to do none of that today because it's Monday. My back hurt. I got a headache. I ain't in the mood. Okay, this is me. This is me, y'all. This is Katina. All right, this is Kat. This is me, and I'm just like that sometimes, right? And so next thing you know, I'm saying that I don't feel like doing it Monday, and I got all this shit from the store, right? Everything I could get to inspire me that was exciting for me to buy because I was ready to go. And then the next thing you know, for whatever reasons, motivation is gone. It disappears, right? I'm a couple of weeks into it, I'm a couple of months into it, and the next thing you know, I'm off. Okay, I'm not interested anymore. The motivation is no longer available to me. Miss Motivation has left the house, honey. She has gone. She's fleeted, and I can't seem to find my way back to this thing that I was so excited about initially. So what happens? What happened with me is that I just simply let it go. I just let it go. I don't return back to it for a long while. That's just like with working out. I do the same thing with fitness. Like I'll be working out for a good few months. And then the next thing you know, like Monday through Friday. And the next thing you know, I'll get up on a Monday and I'm not interested in working out. And I'll tell myself, well, girl, you'll just do it on Tuesday. Here come Tuesday, and then I make an excuse for Tuesday, okay? And then next thing you know, I might pick it up on Wednesday and Thursday, and here come Friday. I'm like, shit, I'm not doing that today. I'm not working out, or I'm not doing yoga, or I'm not writing in my journal. So what's happening with me right now, you guys, is that I'm going through a process of which my motivation to do that thing initially, to take on that task, that journey initially, is fleeting. It's gone. It's no longer available. So therefore, it disappears, right? And so, that's what I have been experiencing. I've experienced that for many, many times throughout my life. And to be honest with you, I kind of go through that right now as well. Okay. So that's the motivational part of things and how it disappears and how it's so short term and just so temporal. Okay. So then we have discipline. Now, discipline, on the other hand, is like the gas in your mental and emotional tank. All right. It's the gas that you need when you roll up to the gas station, okay, your mental and your emotional gas station. And discipline is what you need to fill up that tank so that you can keep going to your next destination, right? So discipline is the action that's going to keep you going. It's going to keep you focused, right? And it's going to require you to sacrifice your time and your feelings. It's going to create new habits, new good habits, so that you can achieve your goals for the long term. So we need to have discipline, right? Remember, motivation, discipline, which one is it, right? Which one is going to get me the furthest? Which one of these things is going to help me to achieve my goal? Is it the verb, discipline, or is it the noun, motivation? Okay. So you need to have that discipline to keep you focused. You need to have it to keep you going, right? Discipline is really, in my opinion, it's just my little opinion from my little experiences. Discipline is that thing that helps me keep going, all right? It really, really does. And it requires me to sacrifice how I feel, and it requires me to sacrifice my time, and that is uncomfortable to me. It is uncomfortable for me to sacrifice my feelings sometimes and my time, but discipline requires that so that I can start to create good habits, and I can start to create long-term habits that are going to help me to achieve my goals. So that is the difference between the two in my assessment and in my research, okay? So let me just jump off into these 4 tips really fast to help you stay engaged. Now, these are the 4 tips that I use to help me, and I'm hoping that for any one of those who are watching this video and you're struggling with trying to stay engaged on your journey, I'm really hoping that these tips help you do so as well. All right. So the first tip is to remember why you started your journey. Okay. Remember why you started your journey, and you want to reflect on the habits and the actions you didn't like that you were doing before, okay? And then you want to ask yourself, what do you want things to look like? What is it that you want it to look like for you while you're on your journey, okay? And what do you want it to look like now, and what do you want it to look like in the future? What changes do you want to see in your life long term? So that is the first tip to stay engaged, is to reflect on your journey and what is it that you want to see long term with your goals, right? And, with what you want to do with yourself and the changes you want to make within yourself. The second tip is to start journaling every day. Now, this right here was hard for me because, again, I was motivated to journal every day, but I was not disciplined to do so. So there was a conflict there, right? I didn't stay on track with that. But if you can, start to journal every day, right? It doesn't have to be a novel. It can just be a one pager or a half page, but just get into the process of doing so. And you want to reflect daily on and creating small goals that you can achieve on a daily basis. So when you're journaling and you're trying to achieve something, you want to focus on achieving small goals. Nothing too big, maybe one small goal that's going to keep you going. It's going to keep you disciplined, and also it's going to keep you motivated because you do need motivation. Motivation is very important. It's very important. It's a great self-starter, okay? So you want to go ahead and do that, and you want to set yourself up for success by achieving one small goal. You don't want to make it too big for yourself. You don't want to disappoint yourself. So that's why I keep talking about like choosing one small goal that you want to achieve for that day or for that week, right? That's going to help keep pushing you on. Remember, you need discipline, all right? Because it's the gas in your emotional and your mental tank. And eventually you would challenge yourself and expand your personal expectations. So once you finish and you achieve that small goal, you're going to want to reach for something more than that, right? You're going to say, hey, you know what? This small goal wasn't too bad, and I was able to achieve it. I'm ready to take on the next goal, right? I'm ready to take on the next small goal, or maybe you'll be ready to take on 2 goals at a time, all right? This is going to help you stay engaged in the process. The journaling aspect of it, reflecting daily, it's going to help you stay engaged, and setting small goals to achieve too is going to help you stay engaged as well. And so the third tip I have for you for staying engaged is you want to find an accountability partner. This is so very important. This was really important to me. Now, I couldn't find one, okay? So that's why I created this channel, because I'm like, you know what? Miss YouTube's going to help me stay accountable, okay? So I decided that creating a channel for me here on this platform is going to help me stay very engaged, and that's exactly what I did. But you want to find an accountability partner, and if you don't have someone in your circle, like I did not, you want to look to social media via YouTube. I prefer YouTube, okay, because I like to rewatch the videos, and there's just so many people or so many videos on here that can help inspire you, they can keep you going, and they can help you on your pathway to discipline as well, all right? So you want to find someone's channel like myself, okay? Live, Life, Learn. I'm promoting myself, okay? That's on the same journey as you are, all right? You want to find someone that you can relate to, that's on the same journey as you, but you want to find someone that's making some progress, all right? You want to find someone that's making progress, you can relate to, that's on a very similar journey as you are. And in my case, I'm on a financial debt-free journey. So you can follow me if you want. I'll be your accountability partner, okay? No problem, okay? I'll be more than happy to be that for you. We can hold each other accountable. But you want to make sure you do that, because that's very important. You need to have someone to hold you accountable. You need that process in place so that you can continue your journey. Because I have learned over some time that not having an accountability partner, it's very difficult for me personally to continue on my journey without having someone to hold me accountable. And in this case, it's this platform. And you want to look for those who can inspire, that you can inspire to. Look for someone that you can inspire to that's going to help you stay the course. So I like to watch people who are on this journey of a debt-free journey, who started where I'm at, or maybe in a more difficult position than I am, and now they're in a different place with their financial journey. They're saving really well. They're able to manage their money very well. They went from not managing their money, not saving anything, having a lot of debt, to now being out of debt. They're great savers. They're great budgeters. They're doing a damn thing. They're doing an amazing job at savings. Those are the channels that I enjoy watching because I aspire to be in that position to where I can truly, really manage my money extremely well, that I can budget it very, very well, that I can save very well and be disciplined, right? So I like to look at videos that people have become very disciplined in their management of their time, and also become disciplined in the management of their money and their lifestyle. Those are the people that I aspire to be like. And those are the videos that I watch to actually help keep me going on my journey. And the last tip that I want to provide to you guys to help you stay engaged in this process on your journey is that you want to be patient and you want to be kind to yourself. And you must remember that changing bad habits or ineffective habits in your life is a process and it takes time. All right. You have your ups and you're going to have your downs. You're going to have your progress and you're also going to have your setbacks. Okay. That is going to happen. But I encourage you and I implore you to be patient and to be kind to yourself in this process. And it's not easy changing bad habits. Okay. It's not easy being disciplined. This is not an easy process whatsoever, but it's well worth it. It's going to help you stay engaged on your journey. It's going to help keep you going in this process. So definitely just take the time to love on yourself and to tell yourself, hey, you know what? I'm not trying to be perfect. Okay. I can't be perfect. No way. And I'm going to be patient and I'm going to be kind to myself. But most importantly, I'm going to make sure that I stay engaged in the process. So which one do I think is better for you or worked for me on my journey? Is it motivation or is it discipline? Which one is it, right? Which one of these attributes or which one of these processes help me stay engaged? And I must say that discipline has helped me stay engaged. No lie. Okay. Discipline has helped me stay engaged in this process more so than motivation. Now, motivation is a good thing. And I think that it's necessary because it's a jump starter, right? Motivation is kind of like that thing when your battery dies in your car. Okay. And you need those jumper cables, right? You need to have those jumper cables to jumpstart your battery so that you can make it to the next destination, maybe to pick up a new battery. And that new battery, that new car battery that you're picking up is discipline, okay? That is the new car battery that you're picking up is discipline. Motivation is the jump starter. Discipline is the new battery. Okay, so for me, discipline has helped me stay engaged in the process. Motivation serves its purpose for a limited time only in my life, in my decision making, because it gets me excited. It gets me inspired. Okay. It gets me going. It gets me like, yes, girl, you're about to do this right here. You're about to go for it. Okay, girl. Okay, Katina, girl, you got your new task at hand. It's about to pop off. That's motivation for me. Right. But then as I start the journey alone here, Miss Discipline, she kicks in, right? Because she pushes me and she pushes me even when I'm not in the mood, when I don't want to do my budget, my bi-weekly budget, when I don't want to sit down and study and research content to talk about that I'm going through, things I'm experiencing and want to get a deeper understanding of what I am experiencing. I have to do the research. Discipline is that thing, okay, that forces me, moves me out of my comfort zone and forces me to do the research. It forces me to the table so I can do my budget. Discipline forces me to save money. Discipline forces me to not shop when I know that I should not be. Discipline forces me to think about my now, and it forces me to think about my future, right? Discipline forces me to think about where I want to be now and in the future. So it's been revealed. Motivation or discipline, which one is it? For me, it's discipline, but motivation is on standby. Motivation is sitting right there to inspire me and excite me. But discipline is that girl who is carrying me along the way. She is pushing me ahead, pushing me forward to really, really achieve my goals and keep me on track. So, which one is pushing you to achieve your goals? Is it discipline or is it motivation? Have you guys thought about that? Have you thought about whether motivation is keeping you on your journey? Is motivation keeping you engaged? Or is discipline keeping you engaged? Or is this something you haven't thought about? I encourage you to think about it, especially if you're in a position to where you're not like engaged anymore, or you've lost your mojo, or you've lost your motivation on some sort of journey. I really, suggest that you think about defining what motivation and what discipline means to you, and discover which one of those attributes are going to push you ahead, right? So again, there's nothing wrong with motivation. I think it's important, but discipline is that thing that's going to get you where you need to go. Okay. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into my video today, right? We're 30 minutes in. I still got my weekly word motivator, so I'm doing all right. Besides, I haven't shot a video in a minute, so it's okay. 30 minutes is okay. All right. So thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It is growing. I'm so appreciative of y'all's comments. I get very excited, y'all, when I see your comments. It's so exciting. I love to respond to them. If I have not responded to your comment, I will do so for sure. And again, I hope that this video is helpful to you. I hope it motivates you and propels discipline in you to also consider which one works for you, right? Which one is going to push you ahead. And trust me, it's going to be discipline. I'm telling you right now. But I'm really hoping that this topic sheds some light on why you're not moving ahead, why you're no longer engaged in your journey or in something that you thought that you were engaged in initially, such as weight loss, eating right, money, getting your money right, getting your life together. Why that's no longer a topic of engagement for you or a journey of engagement for you. I'm really hoping that this video helps you kind of decipher and just figure out why that is, and what you need to do to get back on track, and what you need to do to stay engaged. Okay. So again, thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time this morning or this day or whenever you're watching this video. So we're going to go ahead and proceed to the weekly word motivator. Okay, guys, I am back with the weekly word motivator. So the weekly word motivator of the week is practice. Practice is the weekly word motivator of the week. And in Spanish, it is practica. Practica in Spanish is practice. And is the weekly word motivator of the week. So I decided to go with practice because I think that practicing something is extremely important in one's life, okay? If you want to get better at something, what do you need to do? You either practice. Now, I don't like to say practice makes perfect, okay? Because I ain't perfect, okay? I'm nowhere near perfect, and you know what? I ain't trying to be perfect because it's too much stress to try to be perfect. But I strongly believe and feel that practice makes you better, okay? Practice makes you better and better at what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, so I decided that practice would be the weekly word motivator because I want to focus in not just on practice, but I want to focus in on deliberate practice, if I can talk. Okay, so I want to focus in on deliberate practicing, right? So basically what deliberate practicing means in essence is that you're going to focus on those areas of your life that you seem to struggle with, okay? You want to focus on those things in your life that you're troubled with, that you're struggling with, that you're not good at in your life. And it's an area that you really are trying, or you're struggling and you really want to be doing really well in this area, but you're having a hard time. And that's called deliberate practicing. Is when you look at something in your life and you're like, you know what? I'm not doing so good in this area, so I really want to get good at it. So you want to deliberately focus on those things that you're not good at. And so for an example with me, deliberate practicing for me is a few things, okay? But the one that I'm going to be zooming in on, I decided is time management. Okay, so I used to be that chick, okay? I used to be that girl. Let me tell y'all something. I used to be that chick that used to be on time, okay? I used to be on time, but girl, I feel like after I had my son, that all changed. I really do. No kidding. I feel like once I had my son, and I'm not blaming him, but once I had him, I feel like my time management went to the dogs. I feel like it just went downhill, okay? And I found myself for many, many years struggling with time management after I became a mom, right? So I don't know what that's all about, but it's not his fault. It's my fault. Okay. I'm not going to blame my baby. But I feel like after becoming the mother, my time things changed, y'all. It just changed. Everything changed. All right. So I have been struggling for many years, y'all, to get back on track with time management, and it's not been easy. So I have really been like reflecting on my time and reflecting on how, I don't know, like how I treat time or how I see it. And it ain't been all that great. Okay. So I decided actually in this moment that I wanted to deliberately practice time management. I want to really look at being better in time management, in this area of time management of my life, because I understand the importance of time management. I understand the importance of seizing the time and seizing the moment and the hour. And oftentimes, y'all, I miss the mark a lot because my time management is off. So I'm either late with something, or either I said, shit, forget it, I ain't doing it. And it's because my time management is not where I want it to be. So for an example, I actually get up early in the morning. Like I get up at about 5:30 in the morning. And what I wanted to start with was a small goal of deliberate practicing. I didn't want to set myself up for failure and have all these expectations and then I don't do shit right. So I decided that I wanted to focus in on just my small goals of deliberate practicing. And where I think I'm going to start is like in the morning. Okay. So I do yoga every day. It's my thing. So what I want to do for deliberate practicing, just to start right with a small goal, is to get up and start yoga at 5:30 a.m. So what that means for me, I need to get up straight up and not lay in the bed after 5 when my alarm goes off. I need to get up, all right, and I need to deliberately focus on practicing yoga at 5:30, right at 5:30, and with no excuses, right? So when I speak about, for me personally, and deliberate practicing, that is something that I need to focus on so that I could improve and I can really manage my time in an area. And once you start to, for me, I know for me, manage time in one area of your life, it then flows into the next area of your life. So practicing, practica, is the weekly word motivator of the week. I feel like it's necessary that you practice, like focus in on deliberate practicing. Practice something that you're not getting right so that you can get it right. Focus on something that you struggle with, right? And practice that thing, whatever it is. If you're struggling with like eating right, okay? All right, if you're struggling with that, focus deliberately on practicing to make yourself a good breakfast in the morning. Practice that. Or deliberately practice on making yourself good snacks that you can eat throughout the day, or a good lunch, or a good dinner. Whatever it is, if you're trying to get your workout on, like focus, like do deliberate practicing on working out at a certain time of the day, on the hour, at that particular time. Deliberately focus on that and practice that in a deliberate form so that you can become better, and do it every day. So that if you're troubled with, or you're struggling with another area in your life in which you're not doing so well, you want to then be able to, that will flow, okay? That deliberate practice will flow into the next area of your life. So I hope this is helpful. I hope the weekly word motivator is inspiring to you, and it's going to help you to press on and think about deliberate practicing. Don't think about practice as you know it, but think about deliberately practice on something that you want to do better at and you want to get right, okay? So, I'm finished. I'm done. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. I truly do. I wish I can give all y'all big hugs, but I can give you a virtual hug. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear from you about how you stay engaged in the process. I'd love to hear your thoughts on motivations or discipline. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on deliberate practice. Is this something that you've thought about before? And maybe it's something you want to consider in your life to improve yourself, to make yourself better, okay? So thank you again. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go. Until the next time, you guys have an amazing day. Bye-bye.